Together.
We are.
We are. Pick me. Pick me.
A male and female, brother and sister, they couldn't have kids. Oh, okay. And one looks like the female there too, so
That's a win-win.
so that's a win-win.
Not all cows are good moms. This one is. This one appears to be.
20-foot silo, they blew oats in there because they were short of corn. Well, that had a center excited about it. But there's people like you that can come by and they stand here all day.
Yes, yes, I would. I would love to see how they. Oh, look at you now. You're getting good.
Let's see how she keeps nudging them to get over it. They figure it out. They can't digest it.
Okay.
So we have to break it down, and we break it down and grind it. So basically what I do is, as I just start this up, so this would be a 10-horse grinder mill. Now they can digest it. Over here.
Okay.
You're ready to lay down.
They just seem so calm.
They are.
Like
They are.
easy animals, huh?
Standing sideways here.
So the black line is the rumination, how she's been eating.
Uh-huh.
The blue line is her activity.
Okay.
So it just shows that she's kind of been going downhill.
Just when she bottomed out down here. This is unbelievable.
It's not like the old days, huh?
Not at all. It's purple. It's going to tell her that that cow has ketosis or she's ketotic. She can tell by the temperature of that cow. The cow's temperature normally is like 101.2.
Really?
Spirit in her lungs, and she's also a fresh cow with ketosis, and that just sets her up for pneumonia. She also hasn't been vaccinated for it yet because it's generally not time, but the last vaccine she had is kind of waxing and waning in coverage. So it's not uncommon in the heat, the humidity, because she's just had a calf. She also has another metabolic disease. All of those things kind of snowball effect into either a DA, which we checked her for, she does not have, or pneumonia, which she has a low grade of pneumonia with a temp. So
we're going to give her Polyflex, I'm assuming?
we're going to give her an antibiotic to treat the pneumonia and a flunixin to take down the fever and inflammation a little bit. So we're treating her for what she's got, and they'll monitor her to see how she's progressing and healing. Crowd, when they're hot and they're trying to keep the flies off of them, it's actually like the most uncommon sense thing they all get in a group. Well, that doesn't allow as much fresh air. They're not resting. These girls work hard all day. They need to lay down and rest. That's why we have clean beds for them to lay in. So by shutting the curtains, turning the fans on, we're keeping it kind of dark, and it decreases the amount of flies that are in here, and it's not as hot and sunny, so the cows are less likely to bunch, is what we call it, and they're more likely to lay down and rest, which is going to allow a sick cow to heal faster. It's going to allow a cow to produce because she's been resting. You know, we don't perform well when we don't get enough sleep. So same thing for cows. We want them to be comfortable and lay down and rest.
Yeah, we started in 1977. My dad purchased this farm, and then my wife and I in 1980 purchased it from my dad because he was worried about something happening to him, death, whatever, and then we'd have to go through all the paperwork for my wife and I to take ownership of this. He's like, you guys are doing a great job. Why don't you just buy it from me now and just get on your own and be done with it? So that's what we did. After we got here farming about 1985, we had a barn fire and burned us completely out. I lost 40-some cows. We got buried up in the back 40. So then we built the barn and moved into the new barn in the end of 1985. probably around late August. What they did when the company came in to build, they put 2 crews on this because we needed to get back home. So they brought 2 crews, 14 guys, and they built that barn from the ground up. And we were moved back in by late August. And so then we milked cows in there, like 50 some cows. As my boy got a little older, we started increasing cow numbers. When he got out of school, he went to short course in Madison, learned about agriculture, came back home and decided he wanted to farm. So then we were milking 130 cows.
So what's the biggest challenge for dairy farming?
I would say the biggest challenge would be having a set milk price, which has never happened. Our milk price is always fluctuating. Just after this COVID thing hit, it went as far as $27. As soon as it hit $27, we're all the way back down to 16 now. We can't plan nothing, it's just up and down. But if we had $20 milk year round, you'd have the happiest farmers out there. Because we're not greedy, we just want to be a constant price where we know what we're getting.
How did COVID affect you?
It didn't affect my milk plant. We were worried that it was going to. I guess we got told to reduce milk production by 10%, but didn't really physically have to dump any milk like some of these other companies had.
You were able to still sell that milk?
Able to still sell the milk.
Good for you.
Yep. And then we got a lot of government assistance back in the dairy industry. They paid us for like January, February, March milk.
Do you know a lot of farmers that had to dump milk or no?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know Stott's Brothers up in some prairie. They dumped for 30 days straight. So tonight when we get ready to milk, we would come in here before milking. This gets removed out of here, flipped over, hooked on there. That's in a milking mode. So when you get ready to milk this cow, they come in there and they put their butts against these butt pans. So there's 8 of them. So that cow's udder is right here. I would come in here and I would dip that cow, all 4 teats. I'd go down through and dip it. When I got another dipper hanging there, I do the next set of cows. I basically pull this down and start putting cups on. They come in, like I told you, from that gate back there. They come into this rubber matted area. That gate that you see hanging back there is called a crowd gate, which means there's a button back there. Once the 70 cows get into this pen, we hit a button and that gate comes down. So now 8 cows are ready to come in here because I got this, what they call an entrance gate. So the 70 cows are in there. The crowd gate is down. I can move that crowd gate ahead. See it moving it?
Yeah.
It's pushing those cows my way. 8 cows are going to come in here single file. They're going to put their butt right against this pan. All 8 cows. When that last cow gets in here, she's right here. So when all these 8 cows are milking, you're getting these cows on this side ready to go. Just like you did this side. So when you get all these milkers on, now you got 8 more that came in here. Now we're dipping and wiping all these cows off. When we get these 8 milkers on, these are done. So it's alternating. When these are done, I'm going to come down here because now that row's milking. I'm going to lift that rail up. So those 8 cows that we just had in here, they're all leaving. They're going down this funnel laneway, which leads back to the freestall barn. So they can go back and, so they've only been in here 5 minutes. Now they're going back out to eat and lay down. Now the next 8 cows, while they're coming in, I'm over here dipping these cows so they can leave and go back out. So it's alternating sides. And we can milk 70 cows in less than an hour. So hold 1,600 gallons. And we fill it all up to here every day. Anywhere from 11,000 a day. We've dropped off a little bit now with the hot weather. And then this here gives your butter fat. That goes to the Decatur dairy where you're going to get cheese. And then somebody runs it from there over to a factory in Monroe where they're all tested. Yep. So all this is put together by my nutrition guy. And then he tells me how much per cow to feed. He tells me how much corn size to put in there. He gives me a worksheet. And I get to know that worksheet just like people who look at their paycheck, you know. And we put 10,000 pounds of feed through this twice a day. So 20,000 pounds of feed with all these ingredients is what those cows eat in a day. That's a lot of feed. And I'm just a small herd of cows. That goes in our milk replacer. for their calf. Now, do you feel no top teeth?
No.
Yeah, the calves don't have taken on the top. They only have bottom teeth.
And a very scratchy tongue.
Yeah, it's like sandpaper.
Yeah.